We were probably a bit before our time. The college, if I move on to that now, was formed. The society agreed that it should be formed, and it sort of languished because it had no funding, it couldn't do anything. Mike Lamont was involved in those days and really ostensibly as the chairman, but it had no traction. It couldn't do anything. It was a frustrating few years. There were some divergences of opinion as to what should be done, could be done, might be done, which didn't help. And then there was a meeting of members of the special, or representatives of the special interest groups in some hotel or motel in Alpers Avenue here in Auckland, one day, weekend probably, that the society called, and all the representatives agreed that there would be a college of physiotherapy, and there was a bit of seeding funding from the society that wasn't too financially flash in those days itself. And that decision was made that the college would be. And so whilst it had been, it really got a kick into existence at that point. And I can't quite recall how the circumstances worked, but anyway, I finished up as the inaugural chairperson of that. And we had a council of representatives from the special interest groups, and we set up the inaugural structure, if you like, of the college. So we looked at it from a two-pronged approach, that there was the council that organised and the administration, if you like, and that there was then an academic board which would deal with the academic requirements, and the chairperson was common, obviously, to both. And I think that model stayed in existence for an awfully long time, and I read in documents now that has recently changed and moved further, which is just as well, because if things don't change, then it falls over anyway through stagnation. But it seemed to work, and we got some wonderful people involved in the academic side, and they created all sorts of pathways and systems, and eventually came up with the pathway to fellowship, which I think was probably one of the most exciting things in the education history for New Zealand. It actually gave physiotherapists who were of such a calibre and of such an academic requirement and of an academic mind to reach it, that they actually had something that was significant to strive for and to be recognised for. And I think without those sorts of goals, that a profession really doesn't hold the stature unless it has these pinnacles of excellence that recognises people. Otherwise, we're all humdrum, we're all the same, we're okay, it's fine, we do a good job. But if you actually have recognised pinnacles of improvement, then the profession can point to these pinnacles and say, that's where we're all heading, and these guys have got there. And I think that's important for us, and fantastic that our structure has continued to evolve in the college to that point. Obviously, the administrative side of it, things have changed. Legal requirements have come into existence. The competency requirements under the HPCA have come into force since all of this was set up, so it has had to modify itself, and that's all good news. So the college is, whilst a little quieter thing on the side of the profession of physiotherapy possibly, doesn't have quite the not the stature, but quite the face, as it were, that you see of the profession. I think it's an exciting body, and I'm sure that if it continues to develop the way it is, it can only be good for our profession, and will help to improve it and continue to raise its standards. Alongside of that, of course, is the professional development, or the profession's development, should I say. and quite where it's going to go in the future and so forth, I'm not too sure.